If you've ever muttered to yourself, I can't do this anymore, whilst you're sitting in front of your laptop, or if you've ever Googled, should I quit my PhD at 2 o'clock in the morning? Hi. These things are not signs that you're broken. You are simply living the real PhD life. Every PhD student hits that point where the motivation tank runs dry, your confidence collapses, and you start wondering whether your cat could finish your thesis quicker than you could. But here's the thing. Feeling like quitting does not mean you're failing. It means that you are a human doing something difficult, doing something really difficult. So today, let's talk about why those I can't do this anymore moments are completely normal and how you can move through them without burning out or giving up. Let's start with some truth. A PhD is not a straight line from bright idea to shiny finished thesis. It's actually more like a roller coaster, and nobody warned you about this. You go from, I've got this amazing topic, to, what am I researching again? In roughly the time it takes for your coffee to get cold. So when you think, I'm not smart enough to finish my PhD, remind yourself of this. You're trying to do something that no one has ever done in exactly this way before. Feeling confused is not a flaw. Feeling confused is part and parcel of it. It's necessary. You are supposed to be confused because you're doing a PhD. Making sense of a new thing, a new topic, new research questions, it involves confusion. Because you're a trailblazer, you are breaking new ground, and that is not easy. And it's not supposed to be easy. If you're feeling lost right now, you are exactly where every successful PhD student has been. No one sailed through their PhD singing songs from the musicals all the way. That's not a thing. Let's talk about the real villain here. And that is the lie that everybody else is in on this big secret to getting a doctorate. And you somehow miss the memo. You're not in on the secret. Or everyone's deliberately not telling you. They're like, shh, don't tell Elizabeth how to get a PhD. Okay, here's the truth. There is no secret. There's no magic formula. There's no mystical spell. It's a process. It's a series of steps. It's one foot in front of the other. When you catch yourself comparing where you are now and how you feel now to somebody else's glossy finished thesis or their smiley graduation photos, you've got to remind yourself that these are the highlights. This is the highlight reel. And behind all of that, there's a lot of mess, there's a lot of tears, there's a lot of frustration, anxiety, and deleted scenes, basically. So instead of feeling bad or thinking that you're not good enough, just remind yourself that you're in the messy bit that nobody likes to talk about, that everyone forgets to mention. That's not failure, that is the research life. Here are some practical strategies to get you back on track. Firstly, lower the bar in order to raise your momentum. When your motivation disappears, shrink the task. Write for 10 minutes, tidy one paragraph. Open the document, read a single page of it. Because finishing your PhD is a series of tiny steps taken one after the other. So instead of thinking, oh my goodness, this is a huge, colossal thing and just feeling incredibly overwhelmed, just focus on the next tiny thing that you can do. What can you get done in 10 minutes, in 20 minutes, in 30 minutes? Secondly, find a safe space to say, I hate this today. You don't need a supervisor pep talk, you need solidarity. Sometimes they can make things worse because often it's been quite some time since they finished their PhD, and you can forget when you're on the other side of a doctorate some of the things you experienced and exactly how that felt. So text a PhD friend, join an online group, or comment on some of the videos here on this channel, which I have built literally so PhD students don't have to pretend that everything's fine all the time. Get chatting, get to know each other. We're a friendly bunch here. Actually, whilst you're down in the comments, tell me, what is the toughest part of PhD life right now? Is it motivation? Is it confidence? Is it supervisor issues? Is it something else completely? Get typing, tell me all about it. Thirdly, reconnect with your why. When you are deep in the swamp, you've got to remember why you're in there in the first place. Why did you start your PhD? What was it all about? What was it all for? And thinking about who benefits from your research or who is going to benefit from your research can be such a useful thing to do here. I often have to say this a lot to PhD researchers, that there are people out there in the world right now who need what you're doing, okay? They need your research. Because what you're doing, your research, your study, your contribution, is something that will improve their lives, their work, their communities. People need what you're doing, okay? What you are doing matters. What you have got to say, what you've got to bring to the table is significant. Your research matters. It's valuable. And please don't forget that. Your why is your rocket fuel. And it can be very, very easy to lose sight of it, to forget about it when you are caught up in the weeds of day-to-day research and the frustrations that come along with that. But if you just revisit it, if you just spend a few minutes thinking back to why you're doing this in the first place, that can be enough to get that motivation pumping again. Next up, you've got to rest like it's part of the plan. Many PhD researchers think that rest is the enemy of progress. And I lose track of the number of times I've had this conversation with people about the importance of taking a rest and taking a break. And there's almost a fear around having a rest, having some time out, because you think, oh my goodness, if I stop doing what I'm doing, all of this stuff, all of this knowledge is just going to fall out of my brain. And when I come back to it, I'm going to have to start all over again. If I take a day off, a week off, I'll turn into a potato. You won't. Rest is sometimes the best thing that you can do for your PhD, because you are there working away and you are so exhausted and just pushing through that you're probably missing things. You're probably not thinking as critically as you could be thinking if you had a fresh set of eyes, if you were well rested. Burnt out brains can't think properly. So take the nap, binge watch the TV series, read a book that has got nothing to do with your research. Bake, make things, draw things, just do stuff that is not PhD stuff for a little while. And you will come back so much stronger. Take it from me, you are not failing, okay? You're all good. Feeling like quitting doesn't mean you should. It means that you've reached the messy middle. And this is a station that everybody on the PhD train has to travel through on the journey to doctor you. You are 100% normal. This is fine. This is expected. And I would actually be way more worried about you if you never had any doubt whatsoever during your PhD journey, if you were completely arrogant and delusional. I haven't seen too much of that in the years that I've been supporting PhD students, but where I have seen it, it never ended well. So to feel confused, to doubt things, to worry, that's actually a good sign. It's a sign that you care, and it's a sign that you're learning and growing. Popping up on your screen right now is another video I think you'll love. It's all about perfectionism, which might be the underlying reason why you get stuck sometimes. Go check it out. I'll see you in there.